Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your good guy here, PrinceOnyx. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club in case something jump off. Anyway, I'm back, you guys. Last week some stuff came up, so I do apologize sincerely for not giving y'all anything. Like, yes, I did watch the BET Awards, which is what we are going to talk about, so let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm gonna be honest with you, 2020 once again is showing us that they could have did this before. All the years where the performances were not that good, or you had a mix between good performances and bad performances, like the virtual stuff, it was good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Chloe and Holly's performance. Chloe and Holly Berry. Chloe and Holly, yeah. Because I think I said highly. Anyway, Chloe and Holly's performance I enjoyed. I enjoyed Megan Thee Stallion's performance as well. I liked Masego. I actually had bought his song because of his performance. Loner, I bought his song because of his performance. And see, me and my homeboy Alan Lewis, in case you're watching Alan, we were saying how, damn, we wish they didn't cut his performance so short. But when I had listened to the song, I'm like, oh, this was a feature with her. And seeing as though like she wasn't there with him, I guess that's why they just cut to commercial, which sucks either way. But so yeah, Amanda Seales, I think that she did a pretty good job. I enjoyed her. I know a lot of people feel a way about her because of her comments about how black people should, the whole passport thing versus Nikes and Jordans and this, that, and the third. But truth be told, she was right. Y'all just gonna have to eat it up and just deal with it. But that's another conversation for another time, because y'all not my audience, but these other hating hoes and these peasants, they not ready for that type of conversation. So anyway, yeah, I feel like she did a pretty good job. I mean, they incorporated a lot of stuff from BET's early, when they started, with Donnie Simpson and everything. They incorporated a lot of the stuff from, the 20 years that BET has been around. So the 20 plus, or, it's like, what, 20 years or so. So they were incorporating a lot of stuff. And yeah, I mean, she did pretty good. I mean, the only thing that I do miss, as well as everybody on social media, was the crowd reactions, because those are like where we get a lot of the funny gifs from and stuff like that. But hey, better safe than sorry. But again, the performances were good because they weren't confined to this stage where it was really limited space when you think about it looking back. And I honestly would not be mad if they kept this up. I think they should. Like, you can still have an arena, a venue or whatever, and have some, like, you give the artist an option. It's like, okay, do you want to, from now on, it should be an option. Like, okay, do you guys want to do a virtual thing where y'all just film it, send it to us, we, splice it into the show? Or do you guys want to, rent out the venue? Or, if we do rent out a venue, okay, who wants to perform there versus who wants to just perform elsewhere? And that way you can be at the awards watching your performance versus, oh crap, I got to get up in between intermissions because my performance is up next and change and all that stuff. I feel like it would be better to do it this way, how they did it. And mind you, they're the only award show that decided to carry on this year, whereas everybody else was like, child, yikes, not this year. So I applaud them for that. One of the cons that I had, as a fellow member of the Black, with a capital B, LGBTQAIA community, plus community, was when they did the, not the tribute, but the memoriam, rather, of the different black people who were killed and gunned down by police, killed at the hands of the police, by police brutality. I really didn't like how they had Laverne Cox and India Moore say the names of the black trans women who were killed, and they made it seem as though they were killed by police when they were killed by black men. Then to come to find out, I believe it was either a black woman or a black trans woman, she did a commercial and sent it to BET to incorporate speaking specifically about black trans women and the killings that are happening with them, and they didn't put that in the program. So you gotta, like, BET really is, here's the thing. And if y'all hearing all the fireworks going off, child, Jubilee is out here fighting the X-Men. Fighting the Sentinels. Anyway, her Jubilee and Dazzler is out here sparking up the girls. Anyway, Back to a more serious note, I feel as though BT, though we know that they're no longer black owned because Bob Johnson went against his wife, who told him not to sell, and they ended up getting divorced later, and they're both in the hospitality industry anyway, and he's a Republican conservative, but child, damn shame, child, damn shame. But anyway, again, she told him not to sell it, but like, you know, we know that they're not black owned. We know that they're not black owned. They're owned by Viacom, you know, the Clear Channel, Clear Network. But at BET at its core is ran by, you know, black people at the offices and stuff like that. And my thing is, they need to step it up, seriously. I mean, what was his name? Stephen Hill. He really was no good, especially from the stuff that I heard about him behind the scenes. And Lord knows how they running it now. It's like, you have to, when being black and inclusive and fighting for black liberation, it means that you're going to fight for black liberation for all. For black disabled people, for black trans people, for black gay people, for black queer folks, for black women, for black children, not just cis hetero black men. And I'm not one for the gender wars. I hate it with a passion. I truly do. But if you're going to try to be inclusive more, really be inclusive. Really be inclusive. Be inclusive. Because that commercial that was specifically geared towards black trans women, that commercial should have been in there. I don't see why not. You know, the audience, people who want to tune that stuff out, they're just merely a part of the problem. And that's one of my cons with them, you know. And then another thing was, okay, so the baby's performance with the knee on his neck, it's the same thing that Nick Cannon did when he shot that video on, you know, for social media or whatever. Trigger warnings should have been issued out. And furthermore, can we stop profiting off of black death? I get that this is the, you know, the age of wokeness and this, that, and the third, but yo, it's like, how is it that the opening was phenomenal? Of course, they had the young man, the young boy sing his song that he sung on social media about I'm a black man. And then they had Public Enemy with a remix to Fight the Power, which, if that is not on iTunes by now, you should be ashamed of yourself, Chuck D. You and Flavor Flav, get it together and get that version on iTunes now. Anyway, how is it that we have that phenomenal thing and then we go to this? Like the performance with DaBaby and Rowdy Rich, it's like, the aesthetics was fine, but it's just, again, you got to read the room, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody needs to see that. No, it's just that opening could have been way better. And I mean, both of them are problematic. It's like, hey, it is what it is. Because Rowdy Rich, he basically tried to, you know, repent, so to speak, by having a dark-skinned woman perform during, you know, dancing during his performance, because he's a colorist. So it's like he's trying to, you know, change his image up. And it's like, bruh, you and them pretty brown hazel chestnut eyes ain't tricking nobody. You ain't fooling nobody. Anti-way. It's like, child, you ain't fooling nobody. Like, but, you know, again, anyway, so anyway, speaking of which, yeah, that performance, it just really rubbed me the wrong way. It just and I know some people had an issue with de-smoking Sir with the whole, you know, burning police car and standing on top of it and performing, because a lot of artists, a lot of black celebrities, they're again profiting off of what's happening now and trying to draw more attention to themselves, but they're not really about it. Like, yeah, they'll be there at the protest during the daytime, but before nightfall hits, they get the fuck, because they don't want to be around when things really get popping and, you know, rubber bullets are flying and tear gas and pepper spray and everything and mace and, you know, the sound sirens and everything. Like, they don't really want to, the sound cannons rather, they don't really want to be there for that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand the criticism, and yeah, people do need to be about it. They really do need to be about it. Like, don't just do this performativeness and think that you're going to get away with it, you know, and think that, oh, okay, if I do this, it'll show that I'm for black people, when the whole time you probably got a non-black person or a white partner at the crib. Let's just call the thing a thing. Anyway, you know, just because somebody's black doesn't mean they have a black mindset. Always remember that. But I mean, I like their performance, you know, Sir and D Smoke. But that was a criticism that I did feel, and so I'm like, you know, let me share that with you guys, my audience as well. But yeah, just and like I said, I really did like Megan Thee Stallion's performance. It was really good that she it was like Mad Max meets California Love by Tupac, so she infused that with Girls in the Hood and the Savage remix. And then yeah, Chloe and Halle doing Forgive Me and then Do It. The dance breakdown, just like, man, they are just so phenomenal, and I really do love them, and I want the best for them. And it's just like, honestly, their white outfits, I don't know if y'all saw it, but visually it almost looked like that stuff was painted on. The way that it glowed and it lit up, it almost looked like it was literally like animated, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so dope. And the dance breakdown, which a lot of people were saying that was similar to Destiny's Child Lose My Breath, where they had like, you know, Destiny's Child on this side and Destiny's Child on this side, and they was doing the, you know, dance breakdown and stuff. So yeah, that was really good, you guys. So this year with BET, I enjoyed it. There's still some critiques with them that they do need to fix. And again, they need to keep this tradition going. I like this tradition because, child, the way it's looking, 2021 finna be looking damn near similar to this point. You know, so it's like, baby, we already getting prepared for a boring fall and winter because ain't no TV show for recording right now. So stock up on your DVDs and your subscriptions, okay? But anyway, this is your good guy here, PrinceOnyx, with my short review of the BET Awards. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Check me out. Peace, and I will see you guys later. PrinceOnyx, signing out. Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.